Hello, guys and dolls. It's a beautiful day here in California. Went to work today, made some new friends, made some new customers, had a nice long listening session to one of the girls that was there filling out her paperwork. And of course we got to talking, and I'm open. I don't not talk about anything because the youngsters of today really need to know what could be around the corner. So I'm listening to her, and she's talking, she's asking questions. Anyway, subject change because I was waiting for my ride. And of course we got on the topic of religion and spirituals and stuff, and she says she's always wanted to get into the ATRs, African traditional religions, African traditional spiritualism, as some would say. You know what I mean. So you can get in where you fit in. So, and then of course we turn to spirituality and all that good stuff. Spiritualism, my branch, that is. And it's really interesting. A lot of people, they're just afraid to talk about it. Just like they're afraid to talk about, voodoo or what is it called? Illuminati, whatever stuff. I don't know. Or anything else. And so, I gave her my opinion, of course. Anyway, we got to talk, and it finally rolled over to gifts and why she didn't use hers. She knew she had some, and she, of course, was a bit surprised when I told her she had, more than 5. So, I mean, there's thousands of different gifts to have, not just seeing things or feeling things, but there's lots of different gifts to have. I mean, fireworks still going on from yesterday. Chinese New Year. I thought it was a football thing, but I don't think people are that happy around here about the Super Bowl. So I want to ask you, why aren't you really using all of your spiritual gifts? Why aren't you taking the time? I mean, because it's just like anything else in life, and I know that it's easier for me because this is what I grew up in. Just like if you grew up in whatever, being Baptist, you grew up in that, so you already know about that. But it's just a thought process. And just like telling yourself, oh, I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna start doing Pilates. I don't know what that is really, but okay, I'm good. I'm gonna make sure I had enough battery so I don't have to plug in my umbilical cord. Uh, just like anything else, it's a thought, and you give the thought action. Well, Granny would say thought is the deed done. Yeah, you marinate on that while I take the rest of my acrylic off. Yeah. Anyway, it's just stuff. I'm still beautiful. So, why is it that you choose not to go ahead and just hold your breath and jump? Because, I'm not saying choose this and do this. I'm saying choose something and do that. And then tomorrow you can choose something else and do that. And then tomorrow you can choose something else and do that. You know? You can do it all. I mean, that's why I don't necessarily believe in just having to do one or the other. So somebody was in one of my groups was saying, Do you have to get initiated in order to call upon Orisha? And I know a lot of you out there that are going to say yes. And if you do, then hey, I believe that's good for you. Just like anything else, you speak what's good for you, not for the whole. Because as you know, I was headed that way to be a Santria priestess. And then changed my mind. I wanted to be Yoruba priestess. Anyway, after sitting back thinking about it, I thought, well, then it's going to be expected of me to do one certain thing one certain way. And I'm not, that's like saying believe in just one God. I don't necessarily believe that there's just one. Just like I believe that we're all a little piece of that God force, whatever it is that you believe in. Like Russell Simmons says, God is the ocean and I am a cup of the ocean. We're all a cup that makes us a whole. All of the entities together make the whole, not just one thing. And then there's us. Like we're some little, sidekick project or something. I don't know. What would it hurt to just start doing something, and then you learn to do it well, and then you start doing something else, and you learn to, just like being a linguist. I mean, did you know that I speak a teeny bit of 5 different languages? The important stuff, help, where's the bathroom, where's food, can you take me home, hi, how are you, how is your day, how do you say whatever you want to say in English back in that language, because I think we all need to learn to get along with each other. I don't think it should be just one dominating anything. Not to say that I don't believe you should speak English when you come here, because the street signs are only written in one language. You need to know what that is. Just like, when you go to Spain, I would assume much is not written in English. I don't know. So, if you start to just do something, and then you feel better about yourself, and you feel better, and you feel better, you feel better. And then next thing you know, you're holding that conversation with these people, and you learn something else, and you're holding that conversation with these people. So now, okay, I don't do politics, and I don't do, a lot of other things people do, but I do religions, and I do it well. I don't know all about anything except spiritualism, talking to dead people, and what to expect on the other side. But I do know a lot. I mean, I studied theology for years, okay? And then you grow up and you learn more. And you forgot that you started learning that when you were 17, moved out the house at 18. Because, when you're at mama's house, you have to do what mama says do. There's no discussion about it, So when I was 18, I started church hopping, and it was great. Wow. Then I was just like a sponge sucking it all up. And it was just beautiful. Anyway, what if, just what if, you said, okay, well, Tasha gave me a reading, and she said this, and this were my talents. So 21 days from now, you mark your calendar. Today's 21, so therefore tomorrow's 20, 19, all the way down to day 1, which, it only takes 21 days to recreate a habit. So what if, just what if, you did that and your gifts were off the chart in 21 days? Just what if? But you're sitting here, and this is to 8 people I'm going to send this link to. Just like, okay, I know most of you in that group of 8 people, you know each other. So I know one of you wanted to do exercising more just to lose 10 pounds, and the other one wanted to be able to do this particular thing and that particular thing to be able to do that other thing better. And you did that. So I'm just trying to figure out really, because when I want to study something, like right now I'm really studying, and if you teach a class on fairies, I want to take it, because that has been brought to my attention, I think, since last June, more and more and more and more. So this thing would happen and I learned a little bit, and then that thing would happen and I learned a little bit. So now, excuse me, I'm ready to learn a lot more. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, I have a couple of books, and we know of people that say what they feel, because I could say what I feel too, right? I mean, I know they exist. If they didn't exist, I wouldn't be able to think of it, and nobody would have invented the word. So I want to talk to people that have experienced it for themselves. I don't want hearsay. I don't want hearsay. So I'm going to try to find the documentary and put it below this. It was like an hour and a half. That's what I went to sleep to last night. An hour and a half documentary on these people that were Irish. And I don't think it's just in Ireland or Scotland or any other land. I think they're all over the place, of course. But I think they were the first, perhaps, I don't know, to really discuss it and sit down and take us and say, see, right there is where I saw Boo Boo Kitty, and she did this, and you're not supposed to. What really intrigued me was the lady says you're not supposed to like look directly at them. Well, how am I supposed to know what I'm seeing if I ain't looking? Or you're not supposed to clap. And I'm like, well, if they're dancing and they're clapping, I would want to be clapping. So I don't get the disrespect thing. I do understand, of course, just like any other what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Just like any other entity, there's some that are different than others. I'll put it that way. I don't want to say good or bad, but you could think that. And I get that. I really didn't think too much about them being 3 feet tall, because when we think of fairies, we just think of them maybe being like 3 inches tall, or not even that tall in my head, because, well, actually no, what I thought was they could be anything they want to be, right? Since I think they're probably just really spirits that choose to look like that and come to me looking like that. Like I choose to come to you looking like this today. I didn't look like this yesterday, right? Because no, it was hot yesterday and I didn't wear a wig. Anyway, so I really want to get into that right now. I don't know why, and I'm not asking why, because that's a waste of time. I just want to learn about it. So yeah, give me some names of people that wrote books that it actually happened to. I don't I don't want any hearsay. I don't want to hear, Bob said when he did blah blah blah. I don't want no hearsay. I want to hear you say when I went to Scotland or Ireland, or when I went to New York, this and happened, and I saw blah 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 blah. Though I firmly believe that we see lots of them in pictures, paintings. Because I believe, artists are, well, the artists that I know are deeply spiritual people. And deeply spiritual people, see things, So why wouldn't they see that too? It's possible. So I really am wanting to get into fairies and learning more about that and continue my hoodoo studies and just learn more and 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 more, you know? Because it's all so fascinating. All of it. Not just bits and pieces here and there. It's all fascinating. And I want to learn it all so I can learn to be a better Tasha, a better healer, a better everything, you know? And then I'll learn something else, and I'll learn something else, and I'll get good at that, and then I'll learn something else, and then I'll get good at that, and then I'll learn something else. Just like life, right? Let's keep learning something else. You don't have to stop on one thing. You know, that was the strangest thing that I could never understand when I was growing up and I just started going to a university. That wasn't until 2 years later. Yeah, I was studying to be an interpreter, but that test made me rather pukish. Yeah, I'm getting over my thing with testing, I know. Uh, anyways, went to get my AA, you know, and then back in the old days, they made you dissect a cat, and I wasn't down for that. I wasn't gonna do it, so I don't have my AA because I refused to dissect a cat. You know, that's just. No, I'm not. I don't care if it was dead already. I'm not going to cut open something just so I can draw a picture of it and you already know what it looks like on the inside. However, I just didn't understand why the counselor said you have to choose one thing and then just study that. And I'm like, but I don't know just one thing that I would love to do more than the other. I mean, I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be a counselor for children. I wanted to be a lot of things. And she's telling me just pick one. And that was the hardest thing for me back then to get my mind around. And so she says, well, how about if we just stick to the basics first? We'll just do all the, reading, writing, arithmetic stuff first. And then maybe in 2 years you will have decided. And I'm like, you say so. Okay, you're older than me. Maybe you know. you know. But it's fascinating. And also, oh, well, I'll save that for the next video. But what is the big challenge in you knowing that you have these gifts and just getting off your ass and using them? Because I got to tell you, there's nothing better than knowing, even if it is just a feeling, even if it's just a little feeling in you that says, walk slower. So you walk slower. That's it. You just walk slower. So by the time you get 2 feet from the corner and pew, that bullet passes right in front of your eyes, or whatever, you'll be like, oh, see, but you don't have to know. You just need to do. See, we humans are so engulfed in why? Why are you telling me to duck, Tasha? Why are you telling me to... Bam. Never mind. Yeah, well, now, never mind. The kid throwing that hard ball over to his dad that's behind you, you can't see, you know. Life is so wonderful and so fascinating. And we can do anything. I mean, our brains are more intelligent than the most biggest, baddest, whateverest computer. You know? We can do anything. And I intend on doing as much as I can before I go back home because, everything is exciting and wonderful and fun to me. Everything. How you cook that food versus that food. you know, how a different dialects of any language. And I think the Filipinos have like 172 something different dialects, but just the and is, two different things. And that just fascinates me. Why do you, would it Letitia say, use high John instead of high John powder instead of high John root? So she gave a good example like that, and I want to know all those things. I want to know everything. If you're a good person at explaining politics, I want to learn that too. Because if for no other reason, I want to be able to be in on a conversation. Sorry, I'm staring at Jake. She hurt her lip, and it looks like it's bleeding. I want to be in on those conversations, I want to be more knowledgeable than I am right now today. This Tasha has to always change and do better and be better and learn more and do more, and even though I know you guys see me online an awful lot, but I'm learning stuff, man. I am learning stuff, I have so many wonderful, glorious, fabulous teachers, just like I am to my students who take, angels, teachers, and guides and are learning to use their gifts in a 2-month period and become strong and know that if nothing else, they can help their own self get out the way. And really, that's what it's about, because if you help yourself get out the way, then hopefully maybe the people behind you will duck too and not get hit by that fast curveball or whatever. Life. So, man, I'm always learning. And now, thank God for audiobooks. I am always listening to something new and different and just sucking it all up. Just sucking it all up. Every little thing. Every little thing. Oh, that feels so good. Sorry. It's been a while since I've been able to stick my finger in my ear like this. It's just, life is just so wonderful. And the biggest thing about the fairy movie is some guys actually went to this like elementary class, and he says, I was once your age, and I used to see fairies, and I used to hear them and play with them, and but I can't anymore. Do you guys? And he's asking the children, do you have any idea how I can, see them again? And they all had such beautiful, wise answers. This one girl says, I bet maybe if you just were if you could just really be still and quiet, then you could start hearing them again. Isn't that amazing? And another little boy said, I bet if you just, pretend like you can hear them, because, it's really starting in the mind. So maybe if in your mind you hear them, then maybe they'll start talking to you again. And it was so fascinating. There's like 10 kids gave, 10 different answers. And I'm telling you, kids are so smart. We never give children enough credit, courage, whatever. And I thought, wow, that is so beautiful. The babies always know, the babies always know. So, what was your answer again for not just... And then too, now, in case you didn't know, I got to show you my new baby. Okay, a long time ago, way back when I started this channel, spirits are like, stick with the witches. So I did. And because of the witches, I learned about the voodoo people, the hoodoo people, the ATR people, all these other people that I didn't know of before. Or of them, but you don't really know the whole story. What we see on TV, which isn't true. That's television. As what's his name, Tahuti says, and when you get to the truth of the matter and you're able to separate the shaft from the grain. Anyway, let me fast forward and stop babbling. So I've always believed in, dragons and fairies and, creatures that we've never seen before, but they exist, especially, 5,000 feet under the water or something. And then there's this huge thing with long eyelashes and a long mustache with suckers, and it's not an octopus, because it's shaped like a fish. Well, that's just because we haven't seen that yet. But different is under the ground. It's on top of the air. It's right in front of our face, but we can't see it because it's just right here, and we're too busy looking that we can't see it. So I've always thought, well, I want to make cute stuff. I want to make stuff that's going to make people laugh. So there's a lady called Luna Blue Boutique. Look it up on Facebook yourself. So I wanted to learn how to make crystals like she makes crystals. And I was getting so frustrated with myself because I've been practicing this for a long time, more than years, oh, how pretty. She's just so beautiful at that. She never shows the back. I still want to see the back because we want to see the backs of things. Anyway, so she takes crystals, she puts the clay around it, and it's all nice and beautiful and smooth and everything. Not quite like this. Something like, but not quite. Hers is 1,000 times better. But I'm going to get there one of these days. So, I've got my crystals. I got my clay thing for Christmas that Marcy gave me, and I'm a happy freaking camper. I'm starting to get molds. This one Dale gave me. Thank you, Dale. I love it. See, it's nice and deep. So I said, okay, you know what? I've always wanted to make one of two things, which I'm going to tell you one, but not the other until after I make it. So you just have to subscribe to Tasha's Touch Healing Jewelry on the fan page and tashastouch.com so you'll know when the other thing comes out. So I said, okay, you know what, Tosh? You have just been lazy. Now just sit down and do it. So I must have watched, over the past year, I must have watched a good 200 videos on how to make dragon stuff, right? And I said, I'm through with you. Stop. You're just talking bullshit. You're not walking your talk, okay? So I said, okay, I'm going to stop walking my talk. Oh, her jewelry is so, so beautiful. No, go find it for yourself. It is so beautiful. So I studied and learned and studied and learned, and I got my squiggles down pretty good. They could be a little bit more pointy, but I think it's pretty good. It's not hers though. It's not her. And then what Spirit told me? That's not your gift. That's her gift. We all don't have to have each other's gifts, right? So I am quite content with this, which is a far cry from this. Let me see. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? Look at that. Now, mind you, in her Etsy shop, she never says it's clay. But I'm thinking that's the only thing it could be. You're not going to sit there forever whittling away at something to put it on top of, or whatever crystal that is, Anyway, so, yeah, go to her page, Luna Blue Boutique. Sorry. Didn't mean to make you dizzy or nothing. Oops. Oops. And her work is her work, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I said, you know what? I got to put Tasha's Touch on that. And I definitely did, because that's kind of big. This is pre-night. And I put some green clay and a labradorite, malachite on top, right? And I like this. Yes, I should have worn this today, but I wore my fluorite today instead. And I said, instead of doing that, I am going to just do what Tasha's supposed to do. You know what that is? I made my very first dragon. And it's a baby dragon. See her little tiny baby wings? And her little mouth is open with a little diamond on her nose. Wait, sorry. I forget I have to do the reverse. Isn't she beautiful? And there's her little tiny ball she's playing with. And there's her pacifier. A clear quartz crystal. No, it's not going to come out. I already baked it. Isn't that beautiful? I am really proud of myself for this one. I really am. Look at her cute little horns. No, those aren't her ears. Her ears are over here. See? And her little tiny baby wings. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, I'm very proud of myself. Thank you. And now I'm going to make more dragons with towers like this to wrap their tail around. Yes. And I'll do Tasha and not Luna. Yes, I am. And I think I do Tasha very well, don't you? Yes, I do. So, you know, other little creatures, like I want to do some fairy stuff and put their little crystals around them and so forth and so on. You know, and then I got in the mail today, I want one bigger than this, but like this. Now watch, I can't find it. Dang it. Oh, here it is. You see all the little nice little chunks like a druzy? See that? I got this from my brother Ramon Perez. See, so I want to make, except I want one of these probably about so big. So then I can take my cute little babies and put them on there and make a cute little fairyland. Or whatever, you know, land something. My crystal cuties. No, I already bought the name, so you can't have it. Are you sitting down? Isn't he cute? So I have been gifted. I got one. Okay, so one of them is like this. One face is like this. And the other face my mold. The other face is more like the moon one. I haven't received it yet. I'm getting pretty good at making my hair stuff, huh? And putting makeup on. Yeah, my little crystal cuties. I know I'm so weird, but does it make you smile? I see you smiling. I see you. Yeah, they're just squiggles at the bottom because, you know, every kid needs something to play with as a toy. And that's this little cutie's toy. You see, and I just want to make stuff to make people smile, you know? So I got adopted crystals, adopted rocks today. Now you look at that and you go, yeah, but see, just imagine this with this on it, sitting on your desk. Or just imagine this with this on it, and you give it to somebody and it makes them smile. Well, that's pretty cute, huh? Wait, which way am I going? I'm going that way. There, see? And don't we all just need a smile? Oh, that's a really pretty one. I'm gonna have to make a pendant out of that. Look at that. Look at how clear that is. Wow, love it. You know, and then, Ramon, you sent me something with blue on it, honey. What is that blue? I want to know. I think it's part of the matrix, but I'm not sure. And even this one has a lot of blue on the matrix, and therefore, inside this crystal here. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Anyways, so that's my idea. I'm going to become Dragon Lady. Yes, so I've been watching videos of dragons and thinking about how I want to make their wings, because I want to pretty much try to stick to small stuff like this, though there is one dragon I have seen that I do want to make like at least a foot tall. Yeah, that's a lot of clay, a lot of wire, and a lot of aluminum foil. But I can do it. I know I can. And I'm gonna. So, I might not be Luna, but I'm Tasha. And I make a pretty damn good first dragon, so I know it has to get better from here. And then, you know, a lot of other creatures that people may not think of as being cute and friendly, like a, the thing, it looks like a buffalo. I can't think. It starts with a B. Bison. Thank you. And I have an idea for that. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but of course it involves crystals. And bears. And of course snakes. I love snakes. And all these other little creatures that you don't see a lot of necessarily, you know? And I just want to put like stupid faces on them. You know, like Sue, she gave me 2 snakes and they're wrapped around each other, and one is going like when Jake yawns. It's so cute. I try to take a picture of it, but he always closes his mouth before the camera is ready to take a picture. So I just want to make stuff to make people laugh, even if it's not as pretty as hers. Or the other lady I wanted you to see, okay, write that down. Luna Blue Boutique. The other lady is, oh, fairies? Let me, oh, I thought that was a group. It's not, it's not a group. It's called, shit. Let's put in Facebook and see what pops up. I know I saved it. Damn. Okay, well, how do you spell fairy? Oops. Dang it. Now I just oh, I'll find it later. But there's this other lady, and she does a lot of crystal work. She makes her own long wands and stuff. Like I'm gonna be making a wand out of this one. This is selenite, and it's probably about 8 inches. And I'm going to be doing stuff with that. I'm not going to tell you. You just have to go to Tasha's Touch Healing Jewelry fan page and keep your eye open. How about F-A... Oh, there it is. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, okay, it is this one. Look, Fairy Dreaming. It's Fairy Dreaming. Art for the Soul. Check it out. Hold on, let me turn my thing around. Now, is that not beautiful? Yes, so let me see if I can do this. Is that not gorgeous? Never let go of your dreams. Never give up. That's what I'm doing. I ain't never giving up. Okay, so you got to go to her page too. Okay, Fairy, F-A-E-R-Y, Dreaming. And she makes a lot of clay fairy stuff. And that's another reason that I got interested in fairies, but I don't want to make the fairies that she makes, obviously. Though I am getting really good at making hair with clay. I am getting so good at that. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. Some of these, like the one I told you about, this one, I'm getting more molds donated to Tosh. They're just this big. So even on this, you could have like 3 fairies and a flower. There you go. Give that to somebody to put on their desk, and they can just look at that, and when their boss pisses them off, they can have that to dream about. Oh, look what he gave me. Look, that's going to make a great pendant. Thank you, Ramon. Oh, this is going to be a great... Never mind. Oops, see, I almost said it. I'm always telling the secrets. Good secrets, not secrets that people don't want you to share. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you doing your heart's desire? Why not? What is it? Email me right now. Comment. What is your heart's desire? And you have to put the second part of homework. Why aren't you doing that? Okay? Yes, I am taking care of life. Yes, I'm handling my responsibilities. And I'm always looking for more and different and better. And why aren't you doing that? You know? And you can't say it's because the kids, because the wife, because the husband. No, Mama had raised 9 of us. And 3 husbands. So it's not that. What is it? And don't get me wrong. I just told myself this yesterday. Now, you know, or the day that I made this dragon, I told myself too, Tosh, you slacking. What's up, girl? You gotta walk your talk like you tell other people too, you know, and not be lazy. Don't be lazy. Lazy people don't get nothing done. And I would go so far to say, you know, lazy people don't become, you know, successful. Just sitting here evening out my nail beds now that I fucked up the left hand really bad. The right hand came out pretty good. There's no dips and dings. Yeah, I wasn't patient and I was hungry. That did not serve me well because now those 3 fingers are sore. And yes, I will put my acrylic back on, so don't even go there. I want to know more. And the more I know, the less I know. How's the song go? And the more you think you know, the less you really know. Something like that. There was another person I wanted to share with you, but I forgot who it was, so that'll be for the next video. But please do check out Fairy Dreaming, F-A-E-R-Y Dreaming, and Luna, L-U-N-A, Blue Boutique. You're just gonna love their stuff. There's another lady on here that makes stuff similar to Luna, except of course her style is different. So your homework is to answer the following. Why are you not taking the plunge and doing whatever it is your heart's desire? Of course, my heart's desire is spiritualism because I'm trying to help Tasha stay on track, and I teach others to stay on track of your goals and dreams and spirit. Not necessarily in that order. Okay? And I'm doing mine. I am doing mine. I needed a little assistance. I begged for clay, and Marcy got me clay for Christmas. And I'm going to be making dragons. I don't know why, I just love dragons. The little Khaleesi, the chick from Game of Thrones, they've been making those dragon eggs for a long time. So I don't have the desire to make them. But I do have the desire to be unique and keep making my crystal tail wrap dragons and other things with their tails wrapped around the crystal. You know, and just don't have any limits. No limits whatsoever. I want to learn how to do everything I can that's artistic, you know, with my hands. I'm good with my hands. And I'm just excited. I'm excited you're here. You know, I'm excited to be looking at Art for the Soul, which is a really neat name. I was trying to find you a different type of little fairy thing, but I can't find one real quick. But you have the idea already, okay? So why aren't you using your gifts? When you gonna use them? Just get started. It's not hard, and I don't mind you asking me anything. I'm far from the end-all be-all of anything, but I do know about spirit. Okay, I mean, If there were a Jeopardy just for spiritualism, I would win a lot of money. And if there is, you let me know. Let me know, you know. So, you're not using your gifts because why? Okay, and the second part to that is, okay, so it's two. You're not using your gifts and why? What is your heart's desire right now? And if you don't want everybody to know, you can email it to me, tashaspeaks@gmail.com. I always put my email at the bottom of every video. Okay, so let's do that. I don't have any, well, I have a dream, but I'm already working on it. You know, when I move to, you know, North Carolina, I'm going to have I'm going to live on a nice big chunk of land, and I'm going to have my little flower garden and my vegetable garden and a lot of critters. You know, I love those babies. And do my volunteering, do my readings, do my healing, do my crystal work, do my jewelry, and just make people happy. It's really not that hard, you know? So, love yourself. What is your biggest goal, and why aren't you using your gifts? If you don't know what they are, put that. Let's find out what they are. Because, you know, I'll ask Spirit. I'm not giving you a huge full reading, but I'll stick around long enough to ask and to answer that. Okay? Okay, so get out of here. Go love on yourself. It's time to relax. Eat dinner. And be good to myself. And be good to you, because now I'll upload this and head on over to Facebook and answer all your questions on Tasha's Touch Healing Jewelry fan page. And thank you all for liking my page. I have a few thousand likes now, and that's really nice, but I want you to like it enough to buy it now. And if you don't see anything you like well enough to buy, then ask me to make it for you. You still have to pay first, though. And let me just create something fabulous for you. This is Tasha Harris with tashastouch.com and theangels.us. I love you. Love yourself. Okay? Do something that is only your heart's desire. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.